Hey everybody, it's Lee with the Turquoise Valentine, and we're going to create something tonight on this Monday night. So if you're watching replay, just put hashtag replay in the comments so I know you were here, and we're going to get started. This may be kind of a long craft. Oh, there's some of my friends hopping on. Yay! There's some of my peeps. Hey everybody. I hope everybody had a good Monday. I did. Kind of goofed off with my husband a little bit today. Hey Kelly, how are you? Hey Laurie. And Cindy, good evening, good evening. Just get a little water before I get started. This may be a long one, but maybe not. I did a little prep work ahead of time, so it may not be too bad. I didn't get to send out a text because I pulled up my app to send the text, and it said, oh, you need to add some more information, that, you know, blah, blah, they changed the telecommunications or something. So I didn't have time to do that, and I was like, oh, no. Hey, Margot. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Chica. Hey, Carol and Sherry. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad y'all wanted to hang out tonight. We're going to do a little something patriotic, as you could probably tell from my little thing that I posted. Hey Sherry and Briette and Susan. Yeah, Susan, I didn't get to send a text because the app's asking me to enter in some number, you know, some of my business numbers or something, and I didn't have time to do it. And I knew about it earlier, and I totally forgot because I was prepping for all of this, and I forgot to do it, so I didn't get to send out a text. So I got to get off when I get done and enter in what they need. Hey Vicky and Joyce. Starting my grandson's t-ball game. Oh, t-ball. My boys played t-ball. That's such a sweet age. Hey, Mary and Patty. Yay, Patty, you caught me live. Awesome. And Jamie and Vicky. Hey. Okay, so it's patriotic. We're going to use a bunch of different stuff. So this, I have struggled today on what I was going to do tonight, and I don't know if you're like me, but I overthink stuff a lot of times, and I'm like, what do I need to do? You know, and I overthink it a lot of times, but I come up with this. Hey Irene. Anyway, so I come up with this. I sat out here today and just got a bunch of stuff, and if your craft table doesn't look like mine does when you craft, then you're not doing it right. We need to chat because mine looks like stuff blew up in here. It's terrible. It's stuff everywhere. It's a mess. Oh, yeah, it was warm here today and so nice. Hey, Tammy. Okay. Hey, Debbie. All right, so what I'm going to start with is, I think it's 11 by 14 canvas. I think I got it in a 2-pack at Five Below, maybe, or you can get them anywhere. Walmart has them. But this is 11 by 14. You can use whatever size you want for what you're going to do. And of course, I'm going to take off the canvas. So I'm going to just take my little X-Acto knife and cut around the staples. Hey, Stella. I like that name, Stella. All right. So I'm just cutting. Y'all know how to do this. Y'all seen it done 1,000 times. Hey, Stacy. Diamond painting. I have looked at that in Hobby Lobby, and those little diamonds are like T90. They're itty bitty little bitty things, and I'm like, whew, I think my eyes would be shot after that. I just would be, I don't know. You need to call Molly maids to come do your craft room. Well, I clean up my table, not after it alive though. I just walk away and leave it, and I clean it up the next day or whatever, but I come in here every time and go, gosh, why didn't I clean that up last night? Hey, Angela. Somebody's having surgery or something. Hey, Judy. Hey, Pat. Yeah, you caught me live. I didn't send a text, guys, because my text app was asking, which another biz buddy had reached out to me today, and she's like, is your texting app, is it doing this? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not at home where I can look at it. Well, I totally forgot to look at it, and they're asking like for some business numbers, you know, tax numbers and stuff. So I have to do that when I get off, and I realized it right before I went live, and I was like, oh, I didn't do this today, but so I couldn't send the text out. Hey, Colin, there's my son. He stopped by and see me yesterday for a little while. Hey, Nancy. Yes, if you spill those diamonds, oh my gosh, I can't imagine. Okay, so I'm just taking this off, and I don't know what I'll do with this. I usually throw it away, but Mandy over at Western Grace Home Decor and Design, she does stuff with that canvas, and I'm like, oh, maybe I need to save mine. Okay, so this is what we have, just the little frame, and y'all know I'm going to stain it, paint it, whatever I'm going to do. Hey, Terry, I'm good. How are you? Hey, Debbie, having a stent put in tomorrow. Oh, Debbie, we'll definitely be saying some prayers for you for sure. Molly Maid sounds good. Nancy, right? Can we get like a craft room, like cleaning service? But then they put stuff where I wouldn't know where it was, and then we would be in a mess. So I'm going to, this is my little clear, you can see I've used it quite a bit. It had baking soda paint in it or something, I think. These are little Dollar Tree little cups, and they're wonderful if I'm going to mix up my little stain. No, Kaylee, she didn't come because Colin was going somewhere else for his job, and so he came by and saw me on his way there. So, oh, thanks, Lou. Hey, Tanya with Hummingbird Paintery. Okay, so this is raw umber. You know, there's burnt umber, traditional umber. I just picked a brown, okay? I'm not trying to overthink it, and I'm just going to put some brown in my cup. And then I want it to be a little gray, so I'm going to put some gray in there. So yes, y'all forgive me if I didn't get sent a text because I got to go see what's going on with my app. Diamond painting. I guess I'm going to have to try it because, you know, I had those kits that I did gift-aways with at Christmas, and they look so cute, but gosh, the diamonds are so small. They're so small, y'all. I think I would lose my eyesight. Hey, Kathy. Thank you. Yes, that's my boys, my sons, and my stepsons, and we had steak last night, and Colin had to leave. He didn't get to partake in the steak. I think I'm going to put a little bit more because I'm sure I'm going to use a little bit. Karen, Molly Maids, they would fire you instantly, right? Oh, probably me too. That's all right, Leslie. I'd rather use my table for crafting. Okay, so I'm just mixing up like some gray and some brown together because I want to stain it like a weathered wood look. It's kind of what I'm looking for. Yeah, Sharon, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just put some water in one of these little bottles. I think I got it at Dollar Tree or something. And that way I can just drop some water in my paint and it makes it so easy. Yeah, he does need to update it live. You know, he's all married and doing the married life thing, and so they're busy all the time, and they're about to move again. He took another job, so they're going to be moving a different job. See, that may be a little thick. No, it's good. So see, I want it to look like that. I want it to kind of look not brown, not gray, but that weathered, kind of weathered wood look, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You need an overall house cleaning service. I hear you. Y'all, it just piles up, doesn't it? And it's like, oh my gosh, how do we make this much mess? But we try to clean as we go and put a little more water. This just makes it easier for me just to drop some water off in there. But it's like we try to clean up as we go, but goodness sakes, it's just like, I don't know. It's 11 by 14, yes. And I got it from Five Below, or somewhere like that, I think. It was like a 2-pack. But, you know, they have them at Walmart, Michael's, Hobby Lobby. You can get canvases pretty much anywhere. But basically, I'm just using it for the frame. But I overthought this project way too much. So I will say that. So I'm just hoping that it works like I want it to. But yeah, sometimes my craft room, it gets to a point to where I just have to like take a day and say, okay, I can't do anything else until this gets settled because I cannot function in this space. Because I work out here all day and I'm out, you know, I don't craft all day, but I'm cutting wood and all the things. And a lot of times I just pull stuff out to do a craft with and I leave it out and don't put it back where it's supposed to. All my fabric gets all in disarray. But I did make a point today that when I took out the fabric that I'm going to use, I folded it back up, put it where it goes. 2 diamond painting kits, 3 foot by 5 foot. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't have any eyesight left. I don't see how y'all are doing that. Y'all need to post them in the group too, because I want to see the diamond painting. But I see Hobby Lobby has them, but then, you know, Amazon has them too, because that's where I got the ones that I gifted at Christmas. 2 little crates, can't find your stapler. Finish my physical therapy. Yay, Judy, you're on the mend, I hope. I'm on the mend. I go back and see the back doctor next week. So that will be, today's 5 weeks since my surgery, and I'm doing great. I'm still, y'all, I'm scared I'm gonna spill this. I'm still doing all my little precautions and, you know, can't bend over and all that stuff. Hey, Kim. But my back feels great. I'm not taking any of the nerve medicine or anything anymore, and so I'm hoping it stays this way and that I don't have to have anything else done. But see how pretty this is? It looks like old barnwood, and that's kind of what I was going for. And the wood just kind of takes different spots, so I'm kind of having to, oh, I got to do the inside of that. Figured y'all tell me. Yay, Janice. Don't it feel good to be accomplished and have something clean and a space organized? It does for me. I'm a instant gratification junkie. I like to have that instant gratification of my space all organized and clean for a little while anyway. For a little while. Okay, so here's my frame. Just a little water and gray and brown paint, and I've got it looking like barnwood. It's kind of hard to show y'all all at once. Oh, let me get that spot right there. And we're gonna set this aside and let it dry on its own. Okay, so I did a little prep work because I was kind of worried that this was gonna take a while. So I did a little prep, and I'm gonna switch places out with my prep. So here's my frame. It's going over here to dry. Okay, all right, so let me get one thing at a time. I don't have enough room on my table. Okay, so to go on the back of the frame, instead of putting the canvas back on it, what I'm gonna put on it is gonna be kind of heavy, okay? So I knew I had to have something that had a little weight to it. So yes, it's ugly and rough, but this is that foam core board. I keep this stuff in my craft room because I use it for different things, and there's so much you can use it for. So I cut out a piece a little bit smaller than my frame, okay? So, so then I took this paper. This paper is like a roll I got from IKEA. It's just like craft paper. It's like art paper. And I tore it up. I don't know if y'all can see it. You'll be able to see it in just a minute. But I tore it up, and I Mod Podged it to this whole piece. And I put a piece down, Mod Podge, put a piece down, and then Mod Podged over it. So the whole surface is covered with Mod Podge, and it has dried. So I did that ahead of time, okay? So that's all I did. It's just pieces of paper. You could do book pages, music pages, scrapbook paper. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Stephanie. You could do whatever kind of paper that you wanted to do. But I just Mod Podged, tore it, Mod Podged it all over this foam board, okay? That's what's going to go. My frame is going to go like this. But I didn't want to take the time to be sitting here gluing paper and tearing and gluing and tearing and gluing. Okay, but I'm going to add another little touch to it. Decluttering and cleaning for a garage sale this weekend. Oh, I bet you found a lot of stuff you didn't know you... Okay, so for my background, this piece, like I said, it's going to be heavy what I'm going to put on here, so I didn't want to use the canvas. So I'm going to take some wax. Colin brought me this container of wax, and I'll have enough wax to last me for 10 years. It's just the antique wax. Put it on a baby wipe. Now, you see how it looks now? And then when I go to do this, you're going to be able to see all those edges of that paper. So I'm going to put it on, and then I'm just going to kind of wipe it off. And I'm probably going to go through a whole bunch of baby wipes, so I might as well just get them all out here. But you can wipe off or leave on as much as you want it to, and I'm going to show y'all what it looks like. So see the difference? See how you can see all of the edges of the paper, whereas up top you can't? That's kind of what I want it to do. All right, so I'm gonna get some more. But like I said, you can wipe off, you know, put it on there and wipe it off as much as you want to wipe off. If you want to leave it brown and kind of dirty looking, then by all means you can. Hey, Robin. Hey, Jerry. Okay, so so it just kind of gets in the edges of that paper. Well, it's not really, it's all Mod Podged, but so the Mod Podge allows me to be able to just to wipe it right back off. But I wanted it to look kind of old and like, you know, kind of old and just distressed, I guess is a better word. Declaration of Independence or something like that. Y'all know what I mean. But it just looks really cool. And like if you wipe too much off, you can always go back and add more. But see how you can see all of those little pieces of paper? I had tried it on, I'm gonna put a little bit more right here in the middle. I had tried it on another piece to see if it was gonna look like I wanted it to in my mind. And it did, and I was like, yay, okay. So I'm gonna set this aside. I'm gonna try to get as many of my wiping strokes the way it looks, streaks or whatever. I'm trying to get as much of that off as I can because I don't want it to look like, oh, well, she just wiped that on there. Y'all know what I'm saying. So I'm just gonna try to hit it a little bit and maybe it won't look like it's all streaked. There it goes, looks better. Hey, Angie. Thank you, Jackie. Okay. All right. So see how it looks now? I know that light glares against it, but you can see all of the edges of that paper. And I just really think that's a cool technique. I just kind of made that up. Because I was like, oh, what would happen if I put wax on top of that Mod Podge? Because, you know, the Mod Podge is kind of a sealer. And so when you put that wax on and wipe it off, you're not putting the wax into the paper. You're putting it on top of the Mod Podge. But it still collects on the edges of the paper. I don't know. Don't ask. I don't know how that works. But anyway, so that's what I did. But book pages would look really cool. And then seal it with the Mod Podge and then wax. That would look cool too. Oh, Robin, you hadn't missed much. I took a canvas, took the canvas off, stained the frame, did my background. And now we're going to start on the other parts. All right, so I'm going to set that over here and let that be dry. And okay, so we're going to use beads. Hey, Ladine. We're going to use some beads. I'm going to paint these really quick. We're going to paint them kind of the same way. Ooh, y'all, I got to get a plate. Hold on, because I know I'm going to need one here in just a minute. And I didn't get one. I'm going to get back in my chair with my big honkus in my chair. Okay. Hey, Debbie. Okay, so here's my beads. I got 20 beads. And I'm going to tell you how many of each thing I use if you want to make the same size as me. Because I had to kind of lay it out to get proportional. Okay. It's okay, Alice. All right, so this is English Navy. It's just a dark navy color. Yeah, Jan, masking tape will work too. Any kind of paper really would work. So I'm going to put a little bit of my English Navy. It's a pretty blue, Americana blue. Hey, Elise, or it's Elsie, I'm sorry. So I'm putting a little water in my paint because I don't want it to be, you know, solid. I want it to kind of be like a stain. So I don't want to cover the beads totally. Hey, and I didn't get to send out a text, guys, because I was telling them earlier that my text, and when I went to get on the app, it was like, you know, I had to enter some new information because some kind of telecommunications rules have changed or something. And I was like, oh gosh, I forgot to do that today. So I couldn't send out a text. I got to figure it out. Okay. So I'm gonna add a little more water because I want it like stain. All right. So I'm just going to sit here and chat with y'all, and I'm going to just kind of stain my beads. So see, it's light. It's not coating them all completely. That's what I want. I don't want them to be solid. But if you want to do your solid, you sure can. But I want to kind of go for that vintagey, rusticy look. Is that a word? Hey, Rexanne, my back's good. I'm doing really good. I'm real pleased with my surgery. You know, of course, we all want to get well a lot sooner than we than we do, but you know, that's just how it is. Hey, Alice. Thank you, Tanya. This is the easiest way I found, and I got this from another friend, so I do it that way now, and it works out best for me. It's just one of these Parmesan cheese things from the Dollar Tree, and you just put bamboo skewers in it, and I can just kind of go up and down with my brush, and since we're staining them, I'm not all that concerned about getting them solid. Yeah, the sugar shaker or the Parmesan cheese, it's got like holes in it. You see all the colors on my lid. Kathy, I took my surface, I took the canvas off a frame and I stained the frame, and then I cut a piece of foam board to go for my background, because what I'm going to put on it's going to be kind of heavy. So, and I'm hoping this all just goes the way I want it to, because you know how you have something all planned up here, and then you hope it turns out when you get it on the table. I hope it works out. All right, so I'm just kind of going over them, and see they're not completely covered. They're just stained a little bit. So it's just, that was Apple Barrel's English Navy is the color. And it's just a real pretty Americana blue. It's not that bright blue. I just wanted like almost a navy color. So I'm just kind of getting in all the little crannies and trying to get them all done. And I just take my paintbrush and kind of spin them all around. I don't know if you can see. And this dries so fast. You have this shirt? Oh, Mandy's on here too, and Tanya's on here from Hummingbird Paintery, and Mandy from Western Grace Home Decor and Design. They're my business friends. You was painting beads this way today? Okay, so see how they don't look, they're not all covered. So what I do is I just kind of take my paintbrush and go down. And it's real easy with the stain because, you know, it just kind of soaks in and you don't have to, I'm not too worried about spots. Yeah, this is pretty. It's, there's Be So Crafty. I have to check out your page. I keep seeing your name and I'll have to go see about your page. So anyway, so I'm almost out of goodness down here at the bottom of my cup. So I'm just go up and down and make sure I got them mainly covered, and they dry fast. Okay. So like I said, I prepped a lot today for this because I had to lay it all out. Looks like blueberries, don't it? I had to, yeah, denim jeans. It does look like denim jeans. I had to prep a little bit today, so I had to lay this out how I wanted it to look and make sure I had enough of what I'm using. Elizabeth must be on. Oh, Elizabeth with Ellie's Attic. Y'all go check out her page. She likes to do the funky stuff, so y'all go check out her page. Norma, these are 20 millimeters. So anyway, they look like blueberries. So anyway, so in case you missed what I'm doing, I took a canvas off a frame, stained it this gray-brown barnwood color. This is going to be my background. It's foam core board. Tore some paper, like this paper, and Mod Podged it to my surface. Mod Podged over the whole thing, and then I wiped wax on it and wiped it off. So that's my background. Kind of wanted it to look like Declaration of Independence or some kind of vintagey, patriotic, I don't know, something. And then, hey Kathy, and then I got my beads that I've just stained to this navy blue with water and paint. Okay, so the next thing we're going to use, and I got my little cheat sheet over here because I had to write out how many for each row. As y'all know now, we're doing a flag, but not a typical flag. We're going to do a little bit different. Okay, so y'all know these little cubes from Dollar Tree, they come in a pack. My pack was tore all up, so I had to throw the plastic away. So I'm going to use 57 of these. So 36 comes in a pack. And y'all, when I did this and laid it all out, I had one left. So I had 58. So this project was meant to be because I have one left. Hey, Mary. Welcome to my page. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these little things That one is oddball size. Okay. I've got my cheat sheet of how many I got to do on each row. Because this is going to be my blue field of the flag. And then these are going to be my stripes. But for the white stripes, we're going to use something else. I'm not going to use these for the white. I'm going to do these red. So I've got 9, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the first stripe is going to be 9. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to put some hot glue on there. And I'm just going to glue them together. Yay, DJ. Yeah, so I had a fabulous Mother's Day. Old parchment paper. Tina, thank you. That's what I was kind of looking for. Oop, wrong side. So I'm just pushing them together. I'm just using a dot of hot glue and making it together. So this is going to be our red stripes. And we're going to paint those. Hey, Mary. And then... And I could have done some of this ahead of time, but I didn't want to do too much ahead of time. I like for y'all to see real live crafting. Did I get my eyebrows done? I got them waxed like before I went to see Garth Brooks. So maybe that's what it is. And then I kind of color them just a little bit. Okay, so here's one. So I got to have... So we're going to chat and talk, and... I probably should have glued some of these together, but I can do it pretty quickly. So I got to have 3 9s and 2 15s. So yeah, I sat here a while and prepped for this today because I was like, okay, I got to do something really cool. And I just wanted to kind of use, you know, some stuff I had in my stash because I've got enough in here for all of y'all to come and craft too, I promise. Ask anybody that's been here. They'll tell you the same thing. Yeah, she's got enough in there for everybody to come craft. I promise. It's crazy. But I did go to Pop Shelf today. My husband had to go to see about his phone. And we had to go into Memphis. So it was going to be right over there by... where Pop Shelf was. And I was like, please take me. Let's go to Pop Shelf. Will you take me by there? And he was like, yeah, I'll take you by there. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, there's 2 9s. So we went in Pop Shelf today. And I will be honest, I was more hyped up for it than what it was. I bought 2 things. I bought a set of stamp pads, and I thought I'd put them out here somewhere for y'all to see, and a pack of paintbrushes. And then I bought some cookies and stuff for the boys and stuff like that. But they had some cute stuff. And I don't know if it's just because it was maybe, it's been open a little while and maybe they need some more stock or what. But it was really, they had some pretty stuff. But of course, I just didn't need it. But they had some pretty stuff. But I guess I was wanting it to be more. I don't know. I did like it, Tanya. They had some cute stuff, but, you know, they were kind of low on stock, I think. So do I, Lee, and I don't even have... Judy, you got a lot of craft stuff for everybody to come and craft? It's called Pop Shelf, Leslie. It's a store, and I think Dollar General owns the store. So it's kind of like a Dollar General... And they have a lot more home decor stuff. And you'll have to look it up online. Pop. P-O-P. Pop. Like Snap, Crackle, Pop. Pop Shelf. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One too many. Before it got hard, I just threw it off. So I got 3 9s. But, I mean, they had some cute stuff. But like I said, all I got was a pack of paintbrushes and some stamp pads. And that was it. Because they had, hang on, I'll show it to you. They had red, black, blue, and gold. So I thought, it was like $2 maybe. And, so I was like, I'll get it and see what the red and all those colors look like. You're welcome, Lori. They are, Mandy and her husband Stafford are just a hoot. They're so funny. So thank y'all for going over and checking her out the other night when we did our little pill bottle challenge. And those little gnomes are so cute. Becky, mine is too. Colin says I'm a hoarder, but I'm really not. I'm just rescuing things from being thrown in the garbage. But I kid everybody that comes over here and I tell them I have a dollar bush in here. It's not quite a tree. It's just a small bush. You know, just a dollar bush. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to get all happy and just keep on going. Hey, Jan. Okay. Ditto on plenty of craft stuff. See, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. But you know what? I have plenty of stuff. How many beads? I got 20 beads. Because we're going to go 4 rows of 5. I think is what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Look, I grabbed enough. That's funny. Yeah, Stafford is hilarious. He is just hilarious. I asked her, I said, how in the world do you live with that man? She said she was going to send me one of those little bee gnomes. She only made about 3. And then I saw a video today where she did like a pre-recorded video on how to do it. So she's got 4 now. Unless she's made any more, I haven't asked her. California doesn't have. Yes, Lori, I am. I've actually started cutting some more gnomes. And I got to get patriotic stuff out. I feel like I'm behind because of my back. I haven't been able to do as much as normal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, that's 15. So I got to have 2 rows of 15 and we'll be done with that. Get all of them over here. The gnomes behind you do have video making them. They are my wood cutouts that I sell in my shop. I just loaded them up Friday and they sold out again. So I'm going to be making, I've already started cutting, making more. This paper towel, it's got to go. Go. Sticking to everything. So I'm just putting glue and I'm just sticking them together. And this is Gorilla Hot glue, so it'll hold pretty well. I'm not going to put this outside. Gina, that's hilarious. She must be holding their stock in case they need it. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Yeah, I'm definitely doing that. Like, Colin's like, Mom, you're a hoarder. It's an organized hoard though, y'all, okay? It's not like you walk in and you can't even get through here. He came in here yesterday and he's looking around. He's like, Mom, because he's not been in here in several months. And he's like, Mom, you got more stuff than you had the last time I was here. And I was like, no, I don't. He goes, you didn't have all this stuff over here. And I'm like, yes, I did. It was all full when you were here. He was too busy watching an Alabama football game or something, I think, and Paige and I were making stuff. Regina, you still got your Easter up? Don't feel bad. I took mine down and left the little spring stuff on mine, so I haven't even put anything else up. But yeah, I did get my Easter down, but it was late. I don't know about y'all, but I just feel like we just raced through the holidays. And I went to Hobby Lobby the other day, and I was hoping, I was like, please don't let them have fall out yet. I'm not ready for that. I'm ready for summer. And I didn't see any fall in Hobby Lobby, so I was like, okay. Because I already feel like that we're rushing as it is. Don't y'all feel that way? Which I know they put Christmas out in July, and I get it, but not fall. Angela, just tell them you're just going to have more room. Okay, so I have 2 15s. See my little sticky sticks? Let me get all this glue off of them. Okay, so now that's our, I don't have to make anything for the white, so don't panic. I'm not going to be building anything else. So 3 sets of 9, and gosh, y'all, the glue strings is horrendous. And 2 15s, 20 beads. All right, so now I got to figure out what's the best way to paint these things. All right, let's do this. See if I can get all that blue out of my little cup, because I didn't think about having to have 3. This is Country Red, I didn't want a bright red. I wanted a muted sort of a red. Fall is out of yours, Gwen. Oh, goodness. So this is one of my duller red shades that I have. Country red. So I didn't want it bright. Because like I'm kind of going for that vintage Americana look. So I didn't want bright red. So let's add some water. My little add some more water. These things are great, y'all, just to add a little water to it. Instead of taking my paintbrush and trying to bring it over from my water thing with the wire carrot still hanging in the living room. I know, I like all the bunny stuff too. It's kind of hard to take it all down, but I feel like we just raced through the holidays. It's like, oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly do all of these, and I'm not trying to be perfect at it. I just want to mainly get it kind of stained, and I need some more water. Taking a lot of water. I guess I had a lot of paint. Because I'm probably going to sand these a little just to kind of get some of the paint off. There we go. But it goes fairly fast, and they dry fairly fast. So that's the good thing about the paint and the water. It dries quick. And see, it's really bright red, but I promise y'all I have red that's a lot brighter than that. Nope, don't do that. Just set you. Nope. Now, propping it. Yes, it's too early. I mean, I know they put Christmas out, but early, but I get it, but I just don't like rushing. I like to enjoy what I'm in, you know? And I have to think ahead for stuff I put in my shop, and that's fast enough, much less, you know, trying to think that far ahead to fall. Because I'm trying to think of Christmas in July this year, and it's only May, but you have to be like that. But, okay. Y'all, my fingers are going to be... Oh, yeah, Bonnie, I knew I forgot this end. I was going to get it because I thought I was going to stand it on its end, but that didn't. Thank you, Bonnie. That didn't work out, so I just leaned it up. Some more water. It's a lot thicker than I thought it was. Diamond art. Yeah, so a lot of people do diamond art, evidently. I'm like on the back end of that. I just don't know if I have the time to do it. But it looks lots of fun. So you have like a little pen that you put the things down. The little diamonds down with, I guess. It's like a little applicator or something. Yeah, these are Gorilla Glue sticks that I use. And I promise you, I won't go back to any other kind. I love the Gorilla Glue sticks. They hold anything. So, they haven't let me down yet. And I love them. Alright, got the end of that one. Now the big ones. I forgot to paint the end. I think I got it. Maybe that was an old comment, maybe. Okay, I got the ends of those. Thank y'all, though, for helping me. Penny, they just want you to feel like you are behind, so you'll be like, oh gosh, I gotta have all the things. I gotta buy all the things. I mean, I feel like I just get my decor up and get it all like I want it, and then it's time to take it down. So, I don't know. I like probably decorating for fall the best, because I feel like that I can leave it up from end of August, September, October, and November. So, because I feel like I get more of my enjoyment out of it because I can leave it up so long. And Christmas, you know, we technically only leave it up a month unless you put it up, you know, earlier in November. But anywho, I like to enjoy my stuff, and time just goes by way too quick. All right, so there's one of the big ones. Ooh, I hope this turns out like I want it to. The pen with the light in it. Oh, y'all got fancy tools doing your diamond art with. See, I would have to start off with something small because I'd want to be finished with it like in an hour or two. I want to see the finished thing. Oh, they're so tiny. I remember the first time I saw them at Hobby Lobby and I was like, those little things are so small. This shirt came from a store called Cato's. I don't know if y'all have Cato's where you live. This is where it came from and it's so comfy. Oh, somebody else likes fall. Teresa likes fall too. We can leave it out so much longer. Y'all, my fingers are all kinds of colors. Purple between the blue and the red. All right, so these are our little our stripes for our flag. Get the end. Okay. Make sure I didn't miss any. All right, so maybe look at this. Maybe the first little guys dry over here. Baby wipes are your best friend. I need to buy the big, huge pack of baby wipes because I go through them so much. Get all this off of here. All right, move that because I'll spill that too. All right, so this one, for the most part, is dry. I'm just going to wipe it off if it's not because I want it to look rough anyway. You love Cato's? I do too. I've been shopping there since I was a teenager. And if you ain't shopping there, you're missing out. They got some cute stuff. Not so much worried about the sides. I just want this top. I'm making a huge mess. So see, I kind of got it, you know, roughed up a little bit. All right, so there's one. I'm going to pick the side that I want to do. Got hair on me. Let's see. All right, let's do this side. Well, let's see. Because, you know, these blocks aren't... Okay. Missed a spot on the last one. Uh-oh. Okay. Y'all can see it better than I can. See, I told y'all this was going to be a lot of steps and a lot of doing tonight. And I'm just trying to knock a little bit of that off so it kind of looks like this. So, okay, let me do this side. You don't have that in California? Spot on the side, okay. We'll look at them. Thank y'all for telling me. But that's where this shirt came from. It just says y'all. Y'all probably don't have that in California. If I had to bet. Okay. All right. Y'all look. Look like I'm playing with Kool-Aid. All right. Because they're still kind of not completely dry, but they're dry enough for me. Oh, my hair is falling out. All right. Let's do this side. Oh, your Cato's closed? Oh, no. Yeah, I like their jewelry, too. I like their jewelry, too. Like, I painted all this, now I'm taking it off. One more, and then I got to clean up this hot mess. Oh, it's okay, Debbie. I didn't get to send out a text because I got my texting app said, oh, you got to add some information or something. A friend of mine even told me about that today, and I was like, okay. And I wasn't where I could look at it. And I still forgot to do it. And then when I went to send a text out earlier, I was like, uh-oh. Forgot about that. All right. Y'all, look at my hands. Let yours dry before you do. Okay. So I got to clean up my hot mess. I got, look, on my table. Where's my little, telling y'all, if you don't have one of these, man, you're missing out in life. Let me just tell you. 'Cause normally I would just rake it off into the garbage. Whew, okay. Now I gotta get this red off my hands because I'll be touching everything. Hey, Kathy. Not in New Jersey. Yeah, they have good prices on their clothes. But I hate that y'all don't have them everywhere. I figured y'all wouldn't, and I was like, oh, they're gonna ask me where my shirt came from. There used to be a store. I saw Georgia, it made me think of it. It was called Fashion Bug. It was kind of like a Cato's, and I saw it in Georgia, and that's the only time I've ever seen one. Karen, maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is. Okay. All right, got all the red off. Whew. So here's all my little stripes. They're drying. I mean, they're not completely dry, but they're dry enough for me. Get all this stuff off of them. Then I gotta vacuum again. You see, they just look kind of all rough, you know. Well, you know what I'm trying to say, roughed up looking. All right. But they need to dry because I don't want them to touch my white stuff. All right. Now, so here was my background, okay? And this is my frame, which is a canvas frame, okay? But this is what it's going to look like. See how cool. But I'm going to put the flag on something else because if I wanted to build this flag here, what if I built it and it was way over here and it was down too far and it wouldn't be centered? So I'm doing the cheating way, and I took a piece of, it's just a piece of like cardboard, chipboard, whatever this is from I had it in my scrapbook stuff, and it's already been cut once. But I just painted it with antique parchment because it matches that paper. And so I'm going to build my flag on this, and then I'm going to cut it out and glue it in the center of my background. Because I was like, how am I going to get this centered? So anyway, so now, here comes the part that I'm worried about, is putting this thing together. I want my beads to be in a row like this. So I think instead of gluing them one by one, I think I'm going to try something. And then y'all can know if it works or not before you do it. All right, so they're on the bamboo skewers, okay? So I'm going to pull my bamboo skewer all the way almost to the end. A little bit in the bead. And then I'm going to cut them off like so. So they're still on my little stick. And I'm just going to try. This is experimental. Strictly experimental. Uh-oh. Gotta have another glue stick. Hey, Samantha. It was. I had a good Mother's Day. I hope you had a good one too. All right, so I'm just gonna put some glue in the end of that bead and see if I can get them to stay on that skewer. So that way I don't have to sit here and worry about each one of those beads gluing them all on. So they're all together. See? So glue them to the stick first. Okay, let's try that. Let's put a little on this stick. And then I'm going to slide that up. Like that. We'll let that set up a minute. Welcome, Michelle. Okay. That way when I line them up to glue them, they're already straight and I don't have to worry about gluing each individual bead. I was trying to find a shortcut for that. And I think this is going to work. All right. Yay, look. Yay, look. Don't do that. Oh, I didn't let it set up enough. Y'all laughing? Y'all laugh at me. That was funny. That was so funny. I'm not going to do that this time. Let's try that one more time. Take two. Live crafting, y'all. No, see, this one's straight. This one's on there. Yes, Mary, I see you. I see you, Mary. Okay. So there's that one. Same thing. And you can get these at the Dollar Tree too. Oh, Kim, I could do that. Yes. Draw a line on the paper and then glue them and then pull the stick out. That's smart too. Yeah. I didn't think of that. That was funny, Dana. I kind of had in my mind that that was going to happen. I was like, I shouldn't do that, but I did it. Jill, I'm just real life crafting, I'm telling you. Real life crafting. Okay. Woo, that's hot. All right. So I'm just kind of mashing that glue down to where it stays. Uh-oh. What'd I do? All right. Aren't they pretty blue? Look. See, I don't want them all solid. I don't want them to look exactly solid. Thought I had my finger. So I'm just pulling that stick right up to the end of that hole on the bead. And trying to... Teresa's laughing with me. That was funny. And then I'm going to let it cool off a second. And then I'll just kind of... Alright. Just need to let it set up a little bit longer, right? I just was too quick on the draw. Neva's like, laugh. Okay. Last one. I did that for Christmas. Oh, the Christmas tree. Who did that? I think Amber Strong did a Christmas tree with these beads like that. And she put them on a string, I think. I don't get a chance to watch a whole lot of people. Y'all know. Okay. So now here's where my blue, you know, when you paint something, it kind of wants to curl up. So I'm going to get it right up here at the top of my... what I'm putting my flag on, just because I don't want to put it on the background because I can't center it. So I'm gonna, so it's 4 rows of 5 beads is what I'm doing. The best way that I could get it to look proportional. So I'm gonna turn them to where they look, their best side is showing. Is that the best way to say it? Okay. So let's do this. I was just making sure they were going to look right. So now I'm just going to put me some glue. I'm just trying to get it lined up with the edge. There we go. There we go. So this is the way I was going to do it so I can get it centered. Because I was like, Jeannie, I know my texting service, I've got to do some stuff on the back side of it. They're asking me for some business stuff. And I knew that earlier today and totally forgot about it until I went to send a text earlier and I was like, oh no, I forgot to do that today. Whoops. Okay. So far they're straight. They're doing good. I'll turn that bead because I don't like that side. It's good to laugh, Deborah. It is, because it happens, y'all. I'm telling you. I've tried to do this craft about 10 different ways today. I had the split little ball things, the half beads. I was using those first, and they were too low for me compared to these. And so I wanted it kind of all to be the same. No, this is going to go in the middle of my frame. So I'm just going to cut around it. All right, so here's my blue. Look how pretty that looks. That bead at the bottom's a funky color. But anyway, so my theory in my mind was I wanted to paint it this color in the background because the white showing through kind of looks like stars, okay? So I don't have to put stars on it because in those little holes, you got white showing through. So that's what, Regina, it is 11 by 14. And I took the canvas off, right here, took it off, I stained it, foam board with paper torn and Mod Podged on, and then I took wax and wiped it on and wiped it off, so it looks like antique parchment paper. But what I'm gonna do, somebody said it's not gonna fit in the frame, I'm gonna cut my flag out of this, and I'm gonna glue it in the center of my background. So I didn't have a way to get it centered while I'm trying to build my flag. Hey, Stacy. There's Stacy with Wilshire Collections. Uh-oh. if y'all don't follow her, y'all need to go check out Stacy. I know y'all have heard me talk about her a bunch. Okay, so I got my beads. Okay, so now I've got, there's 3 of these and there's 9 of these little cubes from the Dollar Tree, okay? So I've got to figure out the side that I sanded. I'm going to put it down. Then we're going to get to our white because I'm going to show y'all what we're going to do for the white. Because I didn't want to have to try to build this flag and it be not centered in the middle of that frame. It would have been so hard to do. Okay, so there is my first stripe. Now, I'm going to make sure I don't have anything on my hands. Now, for the white, I'm going to use this. This is the nautical rope from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to cut it. And we're going to put it in between our rows of red. Okay? So when you get it, it comes like this. It comes with this tape on the end. Because the minute you take the tape off, it's going to start unraveling. Untwisting, I guess is the better way to say it. Because that's what it's all twisted together. Come on, get off of there. So, to fix that, I'm just going to take my glue gun and I'm just going to put a little hot glue in between all those, the 3 pieces, and then I'm just going to twist it and hold it. Hey, Pat. Hey, Pat. Hey, Ellen, you're okay? You made it? You're fine. Okay, so my thing is I was trying to think of all these different elements of texture. So we've got our frame with wood, and then we got the background, that's the torn paper, and looks like parchment paper. Now we have wood, round, rope. I just was trying to use a bunch of different elements. Okay, so same thing. I'm going to have to cut my rope. Those look like blueberries. I can't unsee the blueberries. And then I'm going to have to go down here and cut it again. I wonder if these will cut it. Oh, yeah, they will. Oh, yes, it will. Okay, so I'm holding it together because if you let go, it's going to want to start untwisting. So I just go in here and put a little bead of glue in the middle. Whoop. Carefully, not to burn yourself. And then I'm just going to hold it where it stays. Y'all talking to Stacy. Okay, so there we are. So I'm going to put it here, and now I'm going to glue it down right under my red, and I'll hold it up and show it to you. See, that one's already trying to unravel, but once I get it glued down, it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so there's our first red, and then our white. These are beads for my blue. They look like blueberries. It's like a blueberry cake that we're making with the strawberries and the 4th of July cake everybody makes. Okay, so I'm going to take my next set of 9. Yeah, why don't I just do this? It makes a lot more sense to do it that way. And I'm going to come in here and lay it right up against my rope. So now I've got blocks and a rope and blocks. Okay, so there's part of it. Okay, so now I drop my rope. I've got to glue it and twist it back together. And hold it for a second. Hey, Patricia. Get little white flowers. Yeah, so you can do anything you want to add that texture. That's what I wanted. I wanted all of this different, these different elements in here to use. Something that's just out of the ordinary is what I wanted to use. You know, we've all done the ribbon and we've all done all that stuff. And I wanted just to use some things that I had in my stash that were kind of not ordinary to use for, thank you, Pam. Thank you, Bonnie. You know, that was just kind of a little different and have some different texture elements in the piece. So that's kind of what I was going for. So I was, like I said, I really thought this one out today because I, like searched everywhere for everything that I had. And that you would probably have too, because you probably have these cubes from the Dollar Tree that you bought. and thought, well, I might need those for something. Yeah, I could double up the rope. I didn't even think about that. You thought I was making blueberries for a dough bowl. Angela, you could, because they look just like blueberries. And it's called English Navy from Apple Barrel. And I just watered it down, but it looks like blueberries. See, look how cool that looks. Okay, so now I got to take my rope again. Like I said, every time you use it, I could cut that little zip tie right there. That would probably be easier. Every time you use it, you have to attach the ends back together because it's going to start trying to untwist on you. Yeah, you could put little white beads in the spaces for the stars. I thought about that. I did think about that. I had like everything. I had stuff out today that I haven't seen in forever. Okay, so now I'm going to cut my rope again. So I'm going to tell you how much rope it takes. Because this is 6.9 feet that you get. So I'm going to see how much it takes. Blueberries and red licorice strips. We're going to make a candy flag, right? Or an edible flag, but it'd be better. Ooh, hot, hot. All right, so now I'm to the big stripe now. So I'm gonna just go across and come on. I laid it down to the side and I was trying to pull it. Okay. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you, Darlene. Okay. So there's what I got going on so far. It's looking good. I like it when something comes out just like I want it to look. I hope this does. Okay, so these are the 15. So 3 sets of 9 on the blocks, and then 2 sets of 15 glued together. And I have to keep looking at the side that I sanded. And this red is really a lot brighter than I wanted it to be, but I picked out the dullest red that I had. You know, I wanted that Americana red, but it's okay. It's going to be fine. And I could put some wax on it and you can make it look vintage, but I think it's fine. Okay, rope again. Last rope. Thank you, Gail. Thank you, Tammy. Y'all are so sweet. I know, Robin, I love the texture too. I like all the elements of kind of like mixed media. I like to use lots of stuff for your eyes to kind of look at and see all the different textures and things. So remember, you got to put some glue in between there because it'll start trying to unravel. But you can just look through your stash and like I did today and think about, okay, what do I have that I can make stripes? That's not the usual. And another idea, I thought I had some over here somewhere, is you could use Jenga blocks. If you wanted to line the Jenga blocks up and stain them and sand them and try that, you know, and get them spaced out. I didn't even think about that till just now, but I have some over here from the other day. Oh, thank you, Brenda. You're so sweet. Jane, thank you. Okay, last one. Where's my sanded side? There it is. I think. That one didn't get... Now that it's dry, they're going to sand a lot better, so don't be like me and you can sand it. Let them dry good and then sand them, and it'll probably sand a lot better for you. You won't have Kool-Aid fingers like I did. Instead of a Kool-Aid mustache, I had Kool-Aid fingers. All right, and I got it down here. All right, so now once this gets set up, I'm gonna cut this out, and you're gonna really understand why I did it this way. Nancy, I'm hopefully gonna start talking about it in this coming week, because I've been getting all the behind the scenes things done, and I know y'all think, oh my gosh, she's been doing that forever, but I promise it's coming. Okay, see how cute it is? Look how Americana that looks with that rope. I just love the rope. I think that looks so cool. So now, see, I put it on the cardboard, And now I'm just gonna go and do my best to try to cut this out. You can use any cardboard, y'all. You could even use the foam board. I just had some of this cardboard stuff in my scrapbooking, some kind of kit that I had one time or something. Because I was an old scrapbooker too. I dabbled in it. I wasn't like a diehard scrapbooker, but I did some for my kids. So there's my flag. And that one looks funny because it's so dark. You eat unsweetened Kool-Aid out of the package? Oh my goodness, I have never done that. I can't say that I have done that. That one little block, he didn't get any sand in. He looks like he's too dark. All right, how cool it looks. It still looks dark. Oh, that must be the rough side. I tried to glue the rough sides together of the beads, of the blocks, because I felt like the glue would hold better. Look how stinking cool that looks. Now, you could even take like your parchment or white and splatter your beads with splatter paint and make it look like little stars. I think I'm gonna leave it just like that. But see, it's on my cardboard, just like this. And now we get to build this, to put it in. So this was a canvas frame, you know, just a canvas, artist canvas. Took the canvas off. See the staples? Y'all can't see them. And I stained it with a little bit of burnt, raw umber, I think it was, and a little bit of gray and water. And I stained it to make it look like barnwood. Piece of foam board, because I knew that this was going to be heavy and that canvas wouldn't hold it. I took just some of this paper that I have on my table, or you could use book pages, music pages, whatever kind of pages you want to do. I'm sweating. This is about the time that I start sweating. I tore the pieces, Mod Podged it on, sealed the whole thing in Mod Podge, let it dry really good for a couple hours, and then I did this ahead of the live. And then I took wax with a baby wipe, and I just wiped it on, and it looks like that, like parchment paper, Declaration of Independence. These little blocks, I saw somebody ask, these are the little cubes that you get at Dollar Tree. The little pack of, they're just wood cubes. There's no hole in them. They're just little cubes. And that's what that is. That you buy them and go, I don't know what I need these for, but I think I might need them for something. Okay. So now I've got to get my, and anytime you wet something, you know how it wants to kind of bow like that. So we're going to make it fit on this. So I cut it just a little smaller than my frame. Whoop. I didn't just mess it up. I did. Okay. All right, let's see if I can do the Speedy Gonzales. And I'm just going to put a bunch of glue and go all the way around. And this stuff's so hot, so hopefully it won't cool off by the time I get through. And now I'm just going to lay on it and look at y'all while it sets up. Oh, yeah, it would look cool with the spark. You can print off Star Spangled Banner music. You just hit Google and print it off, and you could definitely put some in the background. Glenda, the backing, this is 11 by 14 canvas. And I think I saw some glue. I did. Dripping over the edge of my frame, so be careful, because I just got some glue that kind of went on the inside of my frame, but I got it off before it gets set up, because this Gorilla Glue, I'm telling you, it's not coming off. Okay, so I cut it, see, I cut it just a little smaller than my frame so it wouldn't be sticking out on the sides. But look how pretty that looks, y'all. Oh, I like the way it turned out. The blue beads are 20 millimeters. And then you got the little blocks from Dollar Tree, and then the rope from Dollar Tree. And I didn't even use all the rope, so that's what's left. So anyway, so now I get the glue strings out of here and see which way I want to do this. Do I want it Make sure it looks good all the way around. But y'all see now why I put it on a backing, because I knew it was going to be heavy, and then I wouldn't been able to have centered it. I could have, but it probably would have been a little bit little harder. Oh, Pam, that would be a great idea. You could do the Declaration of Independence back here. That would look really neat. You can do anything y'all want to, guys. Just let your imagination just run with it and let it go, let it just do. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good on my end, but I think I'm going to trim this right here. I can still see some of that backing piece, and I need to trim close enough, because once it's down, it's down. It is not coming off. So just got to be careful. I'll trim this just a little bit because I didn't get all the way to the edge. All right, there we go. So I'm just kind of eyeballing. Oh, Norma, you're so sweet. I try to give y'all good instructions. I know sometimes y'all think, what in the world is she talking about? But I try. Okay, here we go. Put a whole boatload under here. Okay, I'm gonna lay on it again. Yes, Pledge of Allegiance would be cute too, or any kind of patriotic Battle Hymn Republic. Any of that would be so cute. The backing on the flag, it was just some of this, it's thick cardboard. I had it in my scrapbook and stuff, and it's just, I don't know, just some kind of cardboard I had. And I used it as the backing because I knew I would never have gotten it centered in here. Oh, thank you, Sissy. That's so sweet. You could take the rest of the rope. You could go around the inside. Let's see what that looks like. Like this. Let's see. See if we have enough first. I think I'm going to leave it as is, though. But you would definitely have enough. If you use 11 by 14, you would have plenty. But yeah, you could definitely put that rope around there. So cute. But I think I'm going to put a bow on it. What size are the beads? They are 20 millimeter blocks from the Dollar Tree, and then the rope from the Dollar Tree. Look how awesome this is. I think it needs a bow, though. I planned on putting, you could put USA, you know, you could get your, and I did get these out because I didn't know if I was going to use them. My stamps, my little letters. You could put freedom. You could stamp whatever you wanted to. You could put a bunch of words in the background. USA, Scrabble tiles, whatever. I mean, sky's the limit. Here is my pile of stuff. Of just about every ribbon I have. And I have this cool ribbon. I guess it came from Hobby Lobby last year. And I think I'm going to make a messy bow. A refab Brook bow. And I had to have this in it just because I like that ribbon. So I think I'm going to cut 2 of those. Where'd my pen go? Then I've got all this fabric. Yeah, it was stock cardboard. It's you know, use an Amazon box. Use any kind of box you have or whatever works for you. But like this is fabric from Hobby Lobby. I've used this before. Just the ticking, and I know Walmart has it. That's from Hobby Lobby. Just some blue stripes. This is from Hobby Lobby last year. They probably still have it, but I love, love, love that fabric. So I'm just crisscrossing it. Just some gingham I had in my stash. Let's see, this is red. Some kind of red gingham. I've got fabric from, I don't even know where. Let's see. Let's cut this here. And I may not like the bow. Once I get it on there, I may, yeah, God Bless America. That would be good. Thank you, Miss Glenda. Miss Glenda's my neighbor. She lives right down the street. She lives right down the street. And we went to Cracker Barrel not too long ago. And it was so good. All right. And like I said, I have this pile of ribbon. Well, not ribbon. I have a bin that I throw, like, if I don't use all of this tonight, I'll throw it back in my little bin. And then I'll go dig out of my little bin. When I need something, I'll just go dig some stuff out. And some of this is where this came from. Yeah, I ripped pieces of paper. Somebody's explaining. And then I Mod Podge it to the background. And then I Mod Podged over the whole top of it. And then I wiped wax. So it would give it that antique look. Because I didn't want it to just be stark white, or not white, but y'all know, I wanted it to have a little bit of texture to the background. Let's see. So I'm just piling on my ribbon. And these are the things that I tell y'all about at Christmas time at Hobby Lobby. These are from a couple of years ago. And you can see I'm still using them in the gift bow wrap section thing. I think that's all I want to do to this. Let's put this blue. I love this blue fabric. Let's put the blue, and then we'll put this in the front. Zip tie. You've got a glue string by one of your ropes. I think it's a string. Tie the ribbon with the rope. That would look, oh, wait. Hold on. Let's do this. Wonder if, that might be heavy though. All right, I'm gonna put zip tie it together, and then I might put it around there. All right, because I like to get it really tight, and I cannot get it tight for the life of me with string. I can't do it. I have to use my zip tie, and I can get it so tight. For the cardboard meets the foam board. So I can pull this so tight. Ugh. How many bags of blocks? So there's 36 in a bag, and I used 57. So you're gonna have to have a bag and a little, you know, a half, whatever. So there's 36 in a bag, and I just happen to have enough with one for spare. Zip ties, I get them at Dollar Tree. Sometimes sometimes you can find them. Sometimes you have to, you know, get them at Walmart or anywhere like that. But I love the zip ties. And yes, I'm going to cut this down because it's so big. But I'd rather be able to cut it off than to have too short. See those curlicues in the front? Oh, I love the curlicues. But I might take that rope and cover up my zip tie with it. So now you're just going to take it. And Brooke from Refab, this is where this bow came from. That's her famous bow that she does, and that's the famous bow that I know how to do because I'm not a bow maker by any stretch. This is my kind of bow. Thank you, Lynn. Okay. So see those little curlicues? They just look all fun and happy. Little curlicue things. I might take this. Let's see. That's kind of fat. And I was debating on what to put in the center anyway. So I might glue my rope around to the back instead of tying it, because it'll make a big old knot. Zip ties are in the hardware yeah, they're in the hardware automotive section if you can find them. They are hard to find. Sometimes they're black and sometimes they're clear. Just depends on what they have at the time. Where's my bag? Yeah. So this is what they look like. They call them nylon cable ties, but that's what the little label looks like. So they're like that. But sometimes you'll see them black, and they've lasted me a long time because that's really all I ever use them for. Okay, so now the question is, do I need to get my glue strings off? All right, darn glue strings. All right, so up here, I think that's super cute. Rope and star. So I got the rope in the center, a piece of the rope. I just separated it out like this. And then I put, oh yeah, Lynn, they have them at Harbor Freight too. If you have a Harbor Freight, Walmart sells them too. So you can pick them up really anywhere. Hey, Laura, they're doing good. My back's doing good. This is 5 weeks this week, today, actually. Let's see, let's pull this out some more. You can't hurt this bow. You just pull it and tug on it and cut it and trim it and give it a haircut. And it's really forgiving, I promise. Get my stars and stripes back here out where I can see them. Okay. So cute, y'all. I cannot stand it. So this is my dilemma when I craft, or when I organize crafting supplies, let me say. Now these, whoo, I got stuff everywhere. If you remember at Christmas, they had these. See, it's got the little holly leaf on it, so it's Christmas. They had these. So if you have these in your Christmas stash, then you need to get them out. Because I thought, well, what if I put one in the middle right here of the bow? Stain the edges of the foam board. White stands out too much. Well, the foam board, like this part, or yeah, I can go back and stain it, but I mean, you're really not going to see it. Yeah, it's 5 weeks, Laurie. Okay, so these little stars, I just happened to come across them today in my wood. I separate my stuff with my wood. Like I have bins that's got wood in it. And I could put one of those in the corner like that and put it up here. But then it's like, what color do I paint the star? But I'm going to put the bow first and then I can decide on the star. Still cutting and trimming and all the things. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm going to put it over here. Yes, star on the bow. I think it needs the star too. I think the stars really add something to it. Because I don't technically have any stars on here except for what's in this ribbon. Glue them to a ribbon end. Got on late. How'd you do the background? Robin, I took a foam core board and I tore paper. And it was just this paper that's on my table. It's basically like a roll of art paper from IKEA. You could use book pages, music, scrapbook paper, whatever. I just tore it in pieces and I Mod Podged it to the foam core board. And then I did a whole good coat of Mod Podge on the top. And I let it sit for like 2 hours. I did it ahead of time. And I didn't want it just to be that parchment white, because that's what color I painted it was. No, I'm sorry, I didn't paint it because the paper was already that color. So the paper was already this parchment color. And I didn't want it just to be that stark background. I wanted some texture to it. So I took some wax, and like I said, it's already got the Mod Podge on it because I sealed it with the Mod Podge. And it had dried really good. Then I wiped antique wax, the Waverly wax, with a baby wipe. I put it on, and then I wiped it right back off. And you can leave it as much or as little as you want to do. But see how cool the background looks now? It kind of stands out and you got a little texture. But what color to paint the star? Natural or stain it? I kind of like the natural too because it kind of matches the background. Kind of does that little Americana look, that old kind of, I might just add a touch. Oh, you could put the USA on the stars and put them at the bottom. You sure could. That would be really cute. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of put it on. Oh, that looks really cool. And wipe it just a little bit. Well, you can't really see, but it's not totally covered. It's just a little, it's in the grain of the wood. So if you have these in your Christmas stash, that's your sign. You have them somewhere. Go get them out. and use them for July 4th. Because I'm probably going to use them again. But this is what they look like at Christmas. They were in like a little bag. Like that. See, my bags all just tear apart. And I try to leave them in the package because I like to show y'all what the package looks like. So you kind of know what you're looking for. Get it back in there. All right, so there's my natural star. So it's not, I didn't put too much on there. I just kind of wiped it on, wiped it off. Wax on, wax off. All right. Just like, I gotta turn it around. I can't see upside down. But y'all, this looks so good. To me, it does. I love how it turned out because I had it in my mind and it was like, how am I gonna execute this and make it come out like this? And I worked on it a good bit today because I was like, oh, this has got to work. I told Mandy before I came on live, I was like, with Western Grace Home Decor, I was like, Mandy, I hope. She goes, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, I hope it comes out. She's like, it'll be fine. I'm like, I hope so. Okay, so super cute, y'all. Look. I love it. I love it. It looks so good. Yay! See the rope in the middle? I think it looks super cool. Look at all my little curlies going wild. Look how stinking adorable this is. Yeah, Dee, I need to do that. And usually I do. I just have ran out of my Ziploc bags out here. Thank you, Kathy. Look how cute. For my little, when I go put my little thumbnail for Facebook. Thank you, Nancy. But look how cute this is. And the barn wood is perfect. So if you, I took raw umber, you could use burnt umber, any kind of brown, and mixed it with some discolored gray and some water, and then I just kind of stained the frame. And that's all I did to it. And it looks like barn wood. That old Americana kind of old looking wood. Yay, there's Mandy. See, Mandy's like, I told you it would come out. I can't even see her comment, but I know she's going to text me and say, I told you it was going to be fine. Oh, Tammy, good. I want to see yours. You got to put it in the group. And if y'all aren't in the group, it's the Turquoise Valentine's Crafters Reveal. And that's where all of you can show off your crafts that you make, whether it's from me or anybody else, and just stuff that you make. And you can get inspired by all the talented people that are in there too. It's awesome. It's an awesome group. Thank you, Marcedia. Thank you, Sue. I do too. It's really just a bunch of fabric. Just pieces of, like I said, I have like these that I tore today that I did not use. They'll go in my bin. I have this huge bin full of nothing but this. So before, when I get ready to do a craft, I just go digging in my bin to see what I need or I want out of the bin. And then if I don't use it, I'll just put it back in there and I just keep digging from it. Oh, hey, is it Nada? Welcome, welcome from Texas. Welcome to my page. I know, Debbie, I do too. I love it when an idea comes together, and I struggled all day today. Like, what am I going to do tonight? I have no idea. And so I got out here, and I told my husband, I said, I'm just going to get out there and start looking at stuff and just pulling stuff out, and here it is. Yes, Kyla, the rope is the just the nautical rope from Dollar Tree. There's fabric everywhere. That rope, and it's 6.9 feet. But I didn't even use, I mean, I probably got half of it left. The bow makes it. I know, I just love all this fabric. So yeah, don't pass up any fabric. Y'all go to Hobby Lobby, look at the remnant section. Go to Joann's, look at the remnant section. That's the first place I had to. I have to go by there to see what they have. Even if I don't get anything, I'm going to go to the remnant section in Hobby Lobby and Joann's every single time. The rope is from Dollar Tree. The blocks are from Dollar Tree. Beads are 20 millimeter wood beads. The background's foam core board. Frame is just a canvas frame. I tore the canvas off. I'm going to save it because Mandy's going to be like, you could do something with that. So see, the back's just that foam core board. And I built my flag on a piece of cardboard first. And so I could get it centered on here. Because I was like, there is no way I'm going to get that thing centered in that frame. Oh, Laura, you're so sweet. Thank you. The wavy look. This wavy look back here It's just paper. It's this like art paper, and I tore it and Mod Podge it to the back of the foam core board, sealed it, and let it dry because I did it ahead of time today. And then I took antique wax and wiped it on top of the Mod Podge, the dried Mod Podge, and then wiped it right back off with the baby wipe. Oh yeah, you could definitely put wording. You could put, saw somebody just say, oh yeah, Dollar Tree has fabric too, so I don't pass up on their fabric. Fabric's expensive, guys. If you see it for $1.25, you're doing good. Because fat quarters at Joann's, even when they're on sale, they are not $1.25, and that's what you get at Dollar Tree is a fat quarter. And sometimes that's all you need for a project is a little bitty, fat quarter. You don't need a whole yard. You don't need a half yard. But yeah, you definitely could put the stars and put USA or whatever you wanted to put down here. But I'm gonna leave it like this. I want it to be just the simplistic. Mary, yes, it looks like the blueberries. And then you get your strawberries and your Cool Whip on top of the cake on the 4th of July. It's making me want one. Oh, the red and the dark wood makes it look wavy? I just used red paint and made like a stain and stained them. So it makes it look wavy? It's not wavy, really. See? I don't know how it looks wavy. The robe looks wavy. Oh. That looks cool. See? Yes, fabric is expensive. It's crazy expensive. And so if I ever see it at Goodwill or a thrift shop or something like that, I buy it because it is expensive. You can't wait to make one, Dawn. I can't wait for y'all to either. I want to see it. 4 stars with, oh, Karen said put 1776 on there. That's a good idea too, 1776. Don't put too much on the frame. Yeah, see, that's the way I feel too, Dolores, is that I want to just leave it simple. I don't want to keep adding and adding and adding, and it just kind of takes over. They're full beads, Char. They're 20 millimeter. They're full beads. See, I can take some of that blue paint and dab each one of the ends of those sticks. But I mean, and realistically, nobody's going to ever know. But you'll have to see how I got them straight. I put them on my skewer. And then I cut it, and then I just I glued each end, and I laid them down and glued it on. Because I would have never gotten them that straight. There's no way. I know, I think the rope looks cool too. Looks really cool. Buttons, yes, buttons are expensive. And if you go to a thrift shop, and they have a jar with old buttons in it, oh, it's going to be $15 or more just for that. And I'm like, because I love jars of buttons. It's just something about it. So, oh, it looks like the flag is waving. Well, that's pretty cool. With my blueberries up here. It looks like blueberries. I didn't intend for them to look like blueberries. It just kind of happened. What color is the blue? It is English Navy by Apple Barrel. If you want to screenshot that, you can. English Navy. And it's just this perfect, to me, it's the perfect Americana, the old Americana blue. Not the bright, bright blue, but just that, it's not true navy to me, but it's English Navy. Yeah, it's Apple Barrel, yep. And I wanted my red to be a little bit toned down, and I guess I could have put wax on them. But this is country red. But I wanted, that's the most toned down red that I have. But it looks really cool. I love old jars of buttons too. Yes, I do too. If I see one in the thrift store, I'm walking over there and I'm going to pick it up, or an antique store, I'm going to pick it up every time and look at it. Yes, if you didn't have the blocks, use what you have. Use Jenga blocks. Or somebody said clothespins. Just play with it and find, something that you already have, that you've already bought from Dollar Tree, like the rest of us. Jenga blocks, make you a flag, use rope. You could use the brown rope, and then you could dry paint dry brush white on the brown robe. Y'all, that would look so cute. You could even dry brush all of this white and it would look good. Splatter your beads with white paint or the off-white paint and make your little stars on here. But I just kind of thought the little white peeking through was going to be my stars. Barn red. That's a good one, Donna. I just didn't have any barn red. That's like the most toned down one I have. Tanya, now you have Dollar Tree stuff on your counters. Hey, that's a good problem to have. I do too, Kelly. I love jars of marbles and jars of old wood spools of thread. I don't know why. I don't know why. We don't know these things. We just don't worry about why. We just like it. So anyway, yeah, you had to make room on your counters, didn't you, for your Dollar Tree stuff. It looks like stars. It does look like stars because when you look up close, it looks like little stars in there. So I kind of thought, well, that's going to be my stars. So I just went with it. Thank you. Thank you, Wanda and Paula. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to hop off. And thank y'all so much for coming with me tonight and coming on and watching. Sorry I didn't get sent a text. I got to go figure out what that's all about. And I hope y'all make one and put it in the group. I want to see. So I'm excited. Did you mix water with the blue and red? Yes. I mixed it in a little cup with some water and painted on like stain. I'm terrible at DT. I see something and buy it without knowing. Vicky, I know, and everybody has these little cubes probably because they bought them and thought, okay, what can I use those for? This is only $1, right? So I'm going to get a pack of these cubes. Well, here you go. And I just used all the ones I had except for one lonely one. Now I got to get some more. Because I'll think of something else for them because I use them for little feet on stuff and all kinds of stuff. All right, guys. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching and joining me, and I will see y'all Thursday. I gotta think of something else to come up with. I'm sure it'll come to me. Bye, guys. Love y'all. Have a good week.